Hi, it's Vanessa Love, and this is my channel about the mental health field and related topics, and also just topics I want to cover, because it's me. Alright, so this is a tough video. So, I think I just start off with talking about the Fawning response, and why that is a survival technique. Because when you're able to just be like, yeah, everything's great, it's wonderful, it's fine, I've never had a problem with you in my entire life, everything's wonderful, yes, that you survive. You can survive in terrible situations by doing that. I think that people talk about it now because they want others to kind of know that you don't always have to be in survival mode. If you are in sort of a safe, comfortable space, definitely understandable if you are not. But, kind of, we have, like, people adapt, and then people have to kind of come back. So, some of my male friends have not, or AFAB friends have not really had the chance to understand some points of view, especially when it's about safety. And one of the people actually was remarkably a therapist, who had said, I don't understand what your problem is. And I was like, well, that's actually the exact problem. It was something like, I didn't want to go on a date with someone if I had to pick them up because I didn't know them. And he was like, get over it, And even that guy who wanted to have the date with me was like, I don't understand why you're having a problem with this. Can't you just pick me up? I cannot, sir, I cannot. And then I think he said, you have emotional issues. It's like, well, better not to date me now then. Let's not get into it. That's fine with me. So, and also, I was scared of cabs for a long time, and, it took me a while to, want to do anything. I do have Lyft, not Uber, because of the complaints of safety and allowing people who are, almost, I think, either convicted or have been accused of sexual assault during Uber rides, to still drive for Uber. That's kind of a big deal. I like having Lyft. I asked one time one of my Lyft drivers, well, what's the difference? And he was like, Lyft makes you go through a way more difficult background check. So it is meant for women, and there is a reason for that. And so I've had clients tell me stories about how unsafe they feel in cars, terrible stories where I'm just like, I'm glad you survived all of that. But also, I've had my own experiences where I went, and I tell this story sometimes in therapy. I went on a date with someone, and we weren't going to work out. I already knew it. He already knew it. I was definitely wanting to see and be in a relationship with someone else. We both knew this, and we had plans, so we still went out that night. And we watched a movie, things were fine. We went out to dinner, and he got nasty. He just started insulting me, and I was the one who drove. And I was like, this isn't okay. So he said something insulting to me, and probably either called me a whore or slut or whatever other thing that he wanted to say about me. And I had seen the waitress walking by, and I was like, check, please. There's no discussion here. You are insulting me, and I could leave you, but I'll be nice and drive you back to your car 5 minutes away. This was really before Uber. This was 2012 or something like that. So I'm this, yeah. So we get in the car. He refuses to leave my car once he's at his car. And I just yes him to death. I'm just like, yep, everything's great, everything's fine. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. We have no issues. It's no worries. Yeah, like you will definitely see each other again. We'll hang out all the time. It's no problem. Like I'm so fine. Like everything's great. He refused to leave the freaking car, and I did not want to get out and run because I didn't know if that would actually work. So I just stayed and yesed him to death until he got out of my car and I was safe. Like it was a whole thing and I made sure I was safe. And then after that, I blocked his numbers. I think one of the messages still got through and it was like, "Are you still mad?" Like, well, you were insulting me, you know? You were saying a lot of crap there, you know? And I don't know about you, but I don't have to put up with that. So no. But yeah, that's totally the fawning technique. That is totally, yep, what? Wonderful, great. Definitely, yes. I like you as a person. We should totally hang out. It's great. It's wonderful. You're always so great. Just to get him out of my, like, now he's thinking, say whatever the hell you need to say to get him out of your car. Just get him out of the car. Just get him out of the car. Yep. Just everything's great and wonderful. You can come by any time, sure. I'm like, no, we're not going to talk. I don't care. Just get out of my car. Yep. And so, I mean, yes, I survived. Yay. Could have gone very bad. And that's one of those things where it's like, you can't necessarily fight back while you're driving. You can't necessarily fight back, while he could have attacked me, and he had probably 100 pounds on me, what could I have done? What could I have done? And I think that it's better that it ended the way that it did, but also, like, that is very uncomfortable to just be like, there is a certain amount of just stress underneath the, yep, everything's great, persona, and just, like, oh no, because, like, that, it could have gone so bad in so many different ways, and, like, my friend told me a story about, like, a cabbie insisting that she sat in front with him, and then he was just telling her how he really liked knives and that he sharpened all of his knives and he could just stab people without them even knowing. Gotta be very nice in that situation. She was like, yeah, I was like out in, I'm gonna change the area, but like I was out in Vermont in the middle of nowhere, trusting that this guy could get me to the next town. Oh god. Like how utterly just terrifying that inner, like, I have to act like everything is okay and it's not. Okay, yeah, wow, that's some sharp knives. Win contests with that? I don't know what to ask. Like, skin things? I don't want to know. But like, that's very uncomfortable. That's so uncomfortable. Like, oh. So, when women aren't as comfortable in cars, just trust that they know what it's like to feel unsafe in a car. And that's a whole other thing. And I mean, if this is kind of unfortunately a trigger for you, maybe this is something that you can bring up either to friends or to, supportive friends, of course, or to your own therapist to kind of figure out, like, and really process through some things, because there's a lot to this. Well, I hope that was helpful for you, and I will talk with you soon. All right, thanks.